I've lived in Rhode Island for about 4 or 5 years. Moved up from Florida for music and school, mostly. I've been playing music since, I've been playing drums since I was 6. And I got my first drum set when I was about 7 or so. And then started playing guitar when I was, 15, out of like boredom with drums for a bit. And then guitar turned into a career for a little bit, made some money, traveled around. And drums is always just going to remain a passion of mine. So, yep. The name of the band was Interlude and Lascivious Behavior, and you guys can still look us up. There's free CDs out there on Bandcamp. Help yourself. But yeah, we played for about 2.5 years. A lot of my good buddies that I met when I came up here, and just brilliant musicians. Rare that you get to get into a band where every single part of the band is perfect, and you don't have to worry about the bass player, sucking or something like that, because it makes a difference. But yeah, so we did like 2.5 years, traveled around for a bit, played at a bunch of cool places, played with Emery, Taking Back Sunday, a couple of different bands, Spies Like Us. It was a good time though. In reference to like music, it would be more of a experimental and trying to stay away from any of the same grooves that everybody else writes. I get bored with metal and stuff because it's all the same kind of pattern. So we really, my friends and I would try to create something that is completely brand new, even if it's a little crazy sometimes. But in reference to my art is completely spontaneous. Most of my art comes from my dreams. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and sketch something real quick just so I can see it in the morning and paint it more vividly. But yeah, everything that's on the walls here, all the art that I have, it's pretty much just my self-release. It's one thing that I get to do that nobody else can tell me how to do. If they tell me I'm wrong, they're wrong, because art and music are creative. There is no stifling that. Other people definitely do and don't respect me for what I do. I get very judgmental people about obviously tattoos and nose piercings and whatnot, but that's part of who I am and that's what makes me comfortable. And if I'm comfortable, then I'm going to be happy and I can give a happier version of myself to people. So I don't see fault there. But you know what they say about opinions, everybody's got them. So, but yeah, I do get a lot of respect too from younger people and stuff like that who want to do the things that maybe I've had experiences before, like traveling and playing music. I talk to a lot of guys and try to influence them on that. But I get respect for the things I do. It depends on the age gap. Some of the older folks, they didn't grow up in the time period where tattoos and all this stuff was the norm. So, how could you expect them to like it? But I also don't expect them to tell me how they feel. So, it goes both ways.
He came out on his balcony. He was actually, he was working on a piece because he does a spray painting for his artwork on the balcony. And we started talking. And then I ended up going into his house and we hung out for the rest of that day. He does a lot of yoga and he takes out his anger the way that people should really with he does a taekwondo and a bunch of kung fu stuff. And he's really good with instruments. He used to be in a band. He's really good on the drums. He's great on guitar. I think his art style is cool. I like the way that he paints and the stuff that he paints. He does a lot of cool designs, a lot of animal stuff. He's a great person to have in your life. Honestly, he's just a positive vibe to be around all the time. He doesn't let the negative stuff get to you. And I think after hanging out with him long enough, it rubs off on you and you become happier.
Our drummer was a goddamn animal.